Hi, everyone. My name is Sazin Javed, and I welcome you to our podcast, Survivor Stories Empowering Gender Based Violence Survivors. This is the fourth episode, and this podcast is a project of Immigrant Women Information Network, an organization working for immigrant women's rights in the Greater Toronto Area in Ontario. Here with us today to share her story is Z. Z is currently working as a housing support worker at a nonprofit organization where she works to support individuals and families in maintaining stable housing. She is passionate about her community work and enjoys creating programs and events that bring people together. Z, tell us something about yourself. How, what was the start of your journey? How young you were when you got married? Did you get married here or did you get married back home? Just a little bit about yourself.
Hi everyone, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about my journey. So when I got married, I was 19 years old, and my ex, he was 34 years old. So we had a long gap. So it was an arranged marriage, and I was the eldest daughter of the family, so I just started my university when I got married. Even from the next day of my marriage, like the ex, he just started acting like he's a parent, he's not a husband. So he started controlling me in every other way, like where I go, am I talk, what I eat. He started controlling everything. Like even his family was supporting him. For years, I lived in a marriage where I was mistreated, like disrespected, emotionally, verbally abused from my ex. Um, I kept silent. I didn't share anything with my parents because my parents' relationship was not really good. Like they usually keep fighting with each other every time. So when I got married, I thought, okay, if one if one person is silent, then I thought there will be no fighting. So I thought, okay, if there is anything happen, I will be silent. So my mother-in-law, she used to live with us, and she never allow us to go to the kitchen. She wouldn't let me do nothing in the kitchen, but she asked me to washing clothes, like washing floors. I used to study at that time. My result was really great before my marriage, but after I got married, like I really didn't get much time to invest on my study, so my result was not really great at the end of my bachelor degree. And I had my daughter when I was 21 years old.
When did you come to Canada?
We applied for permanent resident both, and we came on 2016.
And how old was your child then?
When we came to Canada, my daughter was 16 months, 18 months.
Okay. So, your mother-in-law did not come with you here, right?
No, when we applied, she didn't came, but within 6 months, she also came to Canada as well. So I had a belief that, oh my God, I can cook whatever I want. I can eat whatever I want. I was so happy. But within 6 months, he also came with us. He applied for a visa and she joined us.
So, nobody takes the decision of sort of like, seeking separation or divorce very lightly. So
Yeah.
what were the what was the time when you decided that enough is enough and I want to move ahead with my life? Because did you have financial freedoms? Could you work? Any of
Yeah,
those
I work, but I had to fight for that because in their family tradition, it was not like that. Like they never send their kids to the daycare. So when I started saying that, you know what, I'm an educated woman, I need to go to back to work, because when I came to Canada, I saw the other women, they're working. That's really make me inspired. Okay, I should maybe go back to school, or I should start working. Even I went to few colleges by myself to see like what program is there for me, because I have business background. But when I started applying, my ex, he was not really happy. He said that we never send our kids to the daycares in my family tradition. I said that that was in my back, but here it's different. So I really had to fight with them to go back to school. I had to find daycare for my daughter. Um, yeah, like when I even started working, they agreed at last, but he then said that, okay, if you work, then we will have um, a joint bank account. Like whatever I earn, everything goes to that bank account, and he has all the like control of it. Like I didn't even know how much I'm getting from my workplace. If I want to spend something, I had to ask him so many times, like, you know what, I want to buy it. Or if I ask him, yeah, I need to send some money for my parents, but he never agreed with those things.
So when did you realize that this is not normal behavior and like you need to do something about it? Like, how did it all happen?
So I went back. I went to visit my parents on 2018 because my sister had a but the thing is, he suddenly said that no, I'm not gonna go because I have work, I'm busy. So I spent all of my savings, I spent all of my money to buy gifts, buy my air tickets and everything. He didn't contribute anything for me. He said that if you wanna go, you have to spend your own money. Like whatever he said to me, I always believe him. I never thought that he can lie to me. So when I went back, he didn't came with me in back home to visit. So I was there for 4 months because my sister had a marriage. I was busy with like all the arrangements for the marriage, but I never realized that he was in a relationship at that time with someone. It is not even my decision to get separated. It's what his decision was that. So he was involved with the woman. I was not sure woman was where the woman was living at that time, but his behavior was really weird. Started weird. Like when I came back, at that time, when I visited my country, we used to live in a different province. So when I came back to Canada, and he started saying that, oh, we need to change the province, we want to come to Toronto. I said that, oh, you have a good job, why you are coming back to Toronto again? And he said that, no, I have my family. So in Toronto, he has his sister-in-law. They have kids, and his mom was here. So he just said that he want to come back to Toronto at that time. So I believed him, and when he we came back, he started like reacting very weird. Whatever I do, he was not happy. He started screaming. If I say something, he starts slapping me. He pushed me. Even if I say ask something, my mother-in-law, they also supported him. They don't believe me. Like if I say that your son is beating me, he's slapping me, he's not listening to me, then they saying that, okay, you have a mental health issue, my son cannot stay with you anymore. That they said that several times. Like what I did, there's nothing I did. And then so suddenly one day I was at work. I when I came back, I saw the he called police, and he told them, you know what, she has a mental health issue, she went for suicide. And that's all the like bullshit thing they talk about in front of the police. And I was so shocked, I had no idea what is going on. Police then separately talked to me. He said that, okay, do you want to keep your daughter with you for now, because we think you need to stay separated for now, because your husband think you have a mental health issue and you are suicidal. Then at that moment I was so shocked. I was not giving any answer to them. I was like, my head was empty at that moment. I couldn't decide what I should say to the police and everything. And I say, okay, I will allow my ex to take my daughter for now. I don't know, because I can't decide what I should do right now, because I'm very surprised, like why you police are here, even like for what reason. And then he took my daughter, and said that, okay, we'll come back here in house tomorrow, and then we'll talk about it. But after that they never came back. So he took my daughter. He was not even allowing me to see her. So I was waiting hours after hours in front of the sisters. Like he went to his sister's house and took my daughter. I started like waiting hours and hours in front of their door. I requested, I called thousand times. I then asking like what happened, why you suddenly started doing that. And he said that no, you have a mental health issue. I can stay with you anymore. But the reason was he was in love with someone. That's why he wanted separation with me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what happened after that? Like, they left you in your home,
Yeah.
they moved out with the daughter.
Yeah.
What did you do? Did you were you working at that time?
No, that time just COVID just started. At that time I was working. Like after a few days the store is closed, so I wasn't able to work anymore. So in that moment I was just running after them. I was trying to convincing. I said that, okay, you know what, if whatever happened, please forgive me. I have no one here. Like, don't leave me like that. Because I stopped working. I don't know, I had no money, nothing. And even my bank account, everything was under his control. The internet was under his control. Even my phone bills, everything was in his name. And yeah.
Then what did you do after that? Like, how did you sort of like build your life to afterwards? Did you get legal aid? Did you like how did you get your daughter back? All of these things. Just tell us something about that.
So I saw a woman lives in our building. And then I share her everything, that Apal, this is happening with me right now, what I can do. And then she suggested me to talk to his family. So first, and then she will give me some information about the lawyers. So when I tried to talk to his family, his sister and sister-in-law, like sister has a husband. So I requested, I supported for them, but they said that no, we cannot give you any support because we are on the side of your husband. We cannot support you right now. And then the lady who used to live in my building, she gave me a lawyer's phone number. I contacted that lawyer. And but he was really expensive. I had some money at that time. I have some money saved. So I spent all of that money like with that lawyer. But even that lawyer even didn't suggest me that you should go to the legal aid, because you have no work right now. Why you were spending your money? He didn't say anything. He just took all of my money. And then when I saw that I'm just losing all of my money, then I asked that lawyer like what I should do right now. He said that, okay, you go to another lawyer. If you don't have money, I can't support you anymore. Even that time, even he didn't say, okay, go to the legal aid. He didn't say that. And then I went to another lawyer, and it happened the same time. That they are just like taking my money, but they are not really helping me with anything. So after it's been 1 year that these things are going on. And then after the second lawyer, I heard about the legal aid services. One of my friend helped me to get a lawyer through the legal aid. And then whatever happened after that, that legal aid lawyer really helped me to get the support for my daughter. And there was a separation agreement happen that my daughter will stay with me permanently. The court decided. And then she will just visit his father once in a month or twice in a month for 1 or 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Legal aid, the lawyers through legal aid were the ones who helped you get your daughter back.
Yes.
What happened with your life? How did you get back to work? What were you doing? Did you go back to school? Like, what were the things that happened? Like, it's been 5 years since then. So how has your life been?
So, I was in a COVID serve. It because it was COVID time. Like after 1.5 year, the COVID has stopped. As you know, I think it's on 2022, and because when there was a COVID serve, I was not really worried about my financial things, but when the government decided they will stop the COVID money, I was really scared, and I went back to store. But as I was living as a single parent at that time was like from 1 to 9, but I really cannot let my daughter stay alone at home at that time. So I decided to leave that job. I was looking for help. Like I think I went to a lot of people to ask for help if they can help me to get a job, if they can help me to build my resume. But mostly people took advantages. When they got my phone numbers, they started abusing me. They said that, okay, let's go for a dinner. Okay, let's talk to you. Let's go for a long walk. Like, let's go for a long drive. Like, those kind of abuse I faced. And I think it's on 2021. I all of my savings is gone. Like I can't pay any money. And then my building manager, they said that if you cannot pay the rent, you have to leave. So um, they gave me eviction notice, and even I at that time I didn't know what was my right regarding eviction and everything. So when they said that if I don't leave that apartment, they will call police. So I always scared about the police and everything. So that's why I left with my daughter. I took a basement apartment somewhere very far away from here where I'm living right now. That apartment is very cold. We had the cold all the time, like we like sneezing, coughing. The basement was really cold. There's a lot of bugs there. So I was at that time I was desperately looking for work. So there's a person, like he's a community person. He sent me to few agencies. Like those agencies send people to the shelters and the group homes, people living with autism. So when I got contact those agencies, like I did a interview, then they hired me, then I started working with those agencies. Those agencies usually send me to the shelters and group homes, senior houses. That then how I just started my journey with my social work. And when I working on those agencies, when I used to go to the shelters, I met really nice supervisors there. So they suggested me, hey, you need to go back to school. Like once you have a degree, you will get a good job. That also might really help me. So in the meantime, I was also working with the agencies too, like the part-time basis. I was working with them. I was doing my full-time study. I was taking care of my daughter. It was really hard 2 years for me, like, to be honest. um where I used to do my classes whole day. I had to pick up my daughter from school. I had to take care of her, make food and everything. Like when she go to sleep, like around 10, 11 o'clock, then I start doing my studies. I do my assignment and everything, and it take me around midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Then I sleep for few hours. Like then I get up from sleep. Like I usually just sleep for 2, 3 hours every day at that time, because I know I had to struggle. And then that's how I finish my study. And then I got a really good placement where I'm working right now. I got a placement. And after 1 year, I finished my placement, I finished my study, and I applied for a job, and then I got a job here, permanent job.
So, um, how, I mean, your story there's a lot of struggle, and like you did not have a lot of support, and people who were supposed to help you, they also sort of like, tried to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
How, like, if there is somebody who is in your situation, like you were 5 years ago, that you have no support in the country, and like your abusive ex has taken your children, and you are obviously, like, because without your children you are just so helpless, and you don't care about anything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you advise them, like?
They should go to the legal aid. The first thing they should do, they need to go to the legal aid if they have any financial um, things going on. They need to apply Ontario, because at that time I had no idea about the Ontario wars. I had no idea about the legal aid, that there is a lot of organization, they really help women. Even where the organization where I'm working right now, I see we have a lot of support for women, like living in this abusive situation. Like if they have, like if they evicted from the house, they need to call central intake right away, because I know this. If in this kind of situation, the central intake really help them to get a shelter right away. If they have a kids, they have a shelter for the kids and moms. If she is a single woman, they have a shelter for single women too. Because when I started working the shelters, then I started knowing, oh, this system works this way. So legal aid, Ontario work support, if do no arrangement for living places, no arrangement, then just call central intake for the shelters.
Now, how do you feel about the sort of the journey you've had? Like, you are on the other side. You are now doing well. You have a job that you like. You have your daughter with you. How is your relationship with your daughter? How are sort of like, um, you two are building your life?
I had really no choice. I had to move on. Like starting over, it's really terrifying, but I think I did it. And today I use my pain and experience to support others through my work in housing where I'm working. So I try to support, even if I see that this is not my work, but even I if I see any women like me, I give them all the information. I help them. I call them on behalf of, if they want me to call somewhere, I refer them, like I help them get a housing. So I'm really proud today, like what I'm doing right now.
If you have any message for people who are going through something like you, like, other women, if you can just sort of like, any message that you want to share with them, to end it, that would be wonderful.
To every woman listening who feels trapped, afraid, and unheard, so they should know they are not alone. I know how heavy the silence that can feel. I know how it feels to question about your worth after someone you trusted hurts you again and again. But I want them to hear this clearly. What happened is not your fault. You are not weak for staying. Like you are not broken for being hurt, and you are not less of a woman for needing help. So there is a strength in choosing yourself. um, there is a courage in walking away, and there is a whole new life waiting for you there.
Thank you for sharing this story with us today, and allowing us to be part of your journey of how you navigated through your experiences and how you were able to come out stronger. Yours is a story of courage and resilience. You did not lose faith even when things look bleak. You have given us and our listeners a lot of hope that things can and do turn out for better. To our listeners, thank you for tuning in, and we will meet again in our next episode.